and gentlemen, any witch you don't kill today will kill you tomorrow.
Sent and fetched
Then
him.
David said what?
Sent and fetched him
Sent and fetch him.
out of the house of Micaiah.
It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter the village where you are. It doesn't matter where they put you. Bible says even in prison, God was with Joseph. What Joseph needed that time was a man that would mention his name. Joseph needed a man that would just call his name to the king. Do you know there are people you know today? They may not help you, but they know people that can help you. What they just need is to mention your name. I have a boy who can do building. I have a man who can do wiring. I have a person who can do this. What they need is to mention your name. But when that opportunity comes, they always forget you. Most of them will go and call an enemy. There are people around you, they may not help you. You are a good contractor. But they have seen big men that want to do building. What they need is to mention your name. But forces from your father's house will make them, they will just forget you. But hear me, it is ending this afternoon. The God said to tell you that Ono Akorogi before. Ogaton wusi Onu Agede celebrating also. And go and fetch this man. And what happens, sir? When Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan,
the son of Saul, was come unto David, he fell on his face, and give reverence to the king. And David said, Mephibosheth. And he answered, behold thy servant.
Behold, I am your servant. I'm not all I'm lazy before. And I'm that my father and my father and you are best friends. You are the only uncle that can connect me, but you forgot me. Thank God you have remembered me today. He said, Mephibosheth. He said, yes, sir, it is me. Read on, sir.
And David said unto him,
follow John.
I will surely show you.
Most of you, neighbor, if only somebody can remember the kindness you showed them, by now they could have introduced you to somebody. There's a lady that entered the church when the master leave her, is my girlfriend, come. Master, leave my girlfriend, leave her. If I tell you stories upon stories, a man came, they called Osham. I said, I'm gonna get you guys, yes. Chijioke wu, iful pastor. Chijioke wu, 419, Yahoo. Chijioke wu, Oboni. Chijioke na, giga to Chijioke, Oga na gego. Chijioke hu wanyege, Oga na ge wanyege. And I caught him. And when you go get that thing, when one of the choir members, she not touch a poor. Chijioke mbedeke. The man has said, I have tried everything. You brought 2 million naira. Tigini mabaya. Me moto here. Nyana wa nyanta to Wednesday. They were at church here. Yeah, say, if Chijioke asked me for money, I will give him. If my wife dies, I will know that my wife, alala. Let it be that I tried the evil pastor. The man know I know yourself. Oh, don't you let myself. Master, your wife. Oh, he came to me. I'm not here. I said, good afternoon, Master. Good afternoon. He said, I just came to it for you to pray for me. Master, may the Lord bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. God bless you. Yes, you know. He thought I would start seeing vision or start seeing that now I am at wow. Yes, you know. Says, excuse me, sir. My wife is about to die. Nagala off flyer to oversee, fly to different places, and somebody in the office told him to come here. But though people, I could have been here since last 2 weeks, but people were saying rubbish against me. That he just came. You can imagine. Let's pray in Jesus' name. Amen. We are name him like this. In my hair. takes conviction for a guy man to come to your church. Let me like this. Need wisdom. Ghana bottom. Put my iPad. See, I check out the calendar. Or man, every to me. Put my iPad. Bully that day. Or man, let's take a picture. My just sat down. Man said, sir, what is your wife's name? Your boy wife's name. Man, there is something you would do for me. The man will turn on the way. He said, go and price how much they sell caskets. The other one at Toy and Bo. I said it. Man said, sir, go and price how much they buy. It's like, I said, no, I can just Google it here. I can just get, I can say, sir, you. I said, no. Can't what I pour. The more I work now, I say, get price that casket. I beg you call out again. I say, you the money be watch ya. Yeah, I got you back. Master, sir, if you go to where they sell caskets, then you want to buy the biggest caskets they have. Master, sir, look for where they have a very big place they sell caskets. Don't price the local ones. Price good caskets. The man in the room like this. So can't I sell? He said, no, don't sell for you. Go. Yeah, leg them. That's okay, sir. Yeah, Ochigao. And you can say, let's go. Hand make up. I said, we should call them back. I said, okay, if you price the caskets, any amount they tell them 5,000 naira you have or 10,000. You have to look at muscle. Instead, don't argue. Beg them for 5,000 or 15,000. The man I got that they can put with a casket and a 500,000. The man I gave on a casket. Weber, sir, I want to buy caskets. Hey, the man, who police? Who you say? How about Nime? She can't came on a man. That's because you got a casket 350, 250, 40,000, 60,000, 500. I like this one. I said, who you want better? But now your wife, as a child. Your wife must be a good woman. Child. Okay. Because of you, last price, bring also 500 or 600,000. That's I like her. Bring her down. They brought the casket down. The man may pay. I said, child, the casket fine, but now 10,000 I won't pay. Hatchewa say, "Oga, stop. Now you comedian. Stop." The man I say, "I beg. My wife is a good woman. I want to buy this casket 10,000. Which way would I go? That's okay. 15,000 last. I say, "Oga, will you get her from here? You are not ready to bury your wife. Get her from here." The man up. The man I got you back to me. Master, what did they tell you? He says, "Sir, they told me I should get out, that I am not ready to bury my wife." Master, now go to your wife, take my hanky, go to your wife, tell your wife, my wife, I am not ready to bury you. That means that all, sir, all. Yeah, go to the wife, with a hanky, see, I am not ready to bury you. The casket seller says I should get out, that I am not ready to bury my wife. So I stand to say that I am not ready to bury you. That was her kidney problem disappeared. Kidney problem disappeared. During election period, Chineke me. The man told me stories of us. Bacham was saying, "Sir, that God brought church, that lady do na church, I could get no one ever won a court against him." During election period, this man mentioned my name to some people, and God used those people to bless my life. One kindness. Hospitality can save you from hospital. Take it or you leave it. One day, a man will remember you for good. One day, a man will remember you. What did he say again?
David said unto him, "Fear not."
And David said to him, "Fear not."
I will surely show the kindness of Jonathan.
He said, "Fear not, for I will surely show you what?
Kindness.
Kindness for who?
For Jonathan, thy father's sake.
I will show you kindness for Jonathan, thy father's sake.
I will restore thee.
I will restore
all
thee.
the land of Saul thy father.
Oh God, all the land. That means everything that belongs to him was taken from him.
And thou shalt eat bread at my table.
You will from today henceforth, you will no more eat as a beggar. You will eat in my own table as a king.
And he bowed himself.
And what?
And he bowed himself and said.
And he bowed himself and said,
what is thy servant? That thou shouldest look upon such a as I am.
And bless me. And what happened again?
Then the king called to Ziba.
The king now called Ziba,
Saul's servant, and said unto him,
he said to Ziba,
I have given unto thy master's son.
I have given unto your master's son
all that pertain to Saul and
all that pertains to Saul and
his house.
And his house.
Thou therefore,
you therefore,
and thy sons,
and your sons,
and thy servants,
will be a servant.
Shall till the land for him.
Even you, he was calling his name for people to laugh at him, but they meant it for evil. God meant it for good. He says, Ziba, I have restored everything that belongs to Saul back to Mephibosheth. And Ziba, you and your 8 sons
shall take the land for him.
Shall take the land, will become a servant for him.
And
do you know, Chineke chime here. On a day so Bible says when he turned the captives of Zion, they were like men that were sleeping. Chineke chime here. Do you know that David don't know Mephibosheth? Nobody knows Mephibosheth. Ziba has 8 children. Do you know that Ziba at that time can say, yes, there is one. His name is Chijioke. He might call the name of his own son for David to remember. But that day, he was confused. That day, confusion came upon him. That he now brought the storyline either as secrets. Don't bother about people that knows your family background, that is gossiping about you, calling you all manner of names. One thing is sure, one day they will use their mouth to introduce you to people that will help you. Don't bother about what they say now. Brother, people must talk. It is better they talk than keep silent. There are 2 ways of talking. Either you are being sympathized, either people sympathize with you, or people gossip with your name. Which one do you like? Either they sympathize with you, and when they like you sympathy. My papa died, you know come. My mama died, you know come. My brother died, you know come. Now station. I lost my child. What you're looking for is sympathy. Don't worry. When you die, we will come. It's a promise. Daddy, I will not go to church. My father died, you don't come. My mother, you don't come. Auntie died, you don't come. Don't worry. If you die, we will come. It is better that you passed on the road and they will lock their shops, gather in one shop, and they start gossiping. Now they came to Mwabu. Mwabu ego. They go omre. Now see moto. Every day yana moto. I can't want the hocha. Onye my own name. Better let them gossip than coming to church. Church. Romanis abata. Announcement. Ndenna. Ndenne. Ewe one night working on it. Then I turn 1,000 and I give it there. Holy Ghost fire. It is better you gossip me than sympathize with me. Atulegu geka nonyere. Elegbere anya gburugburu n'ụjọ. N'ihi na m onwe bụ Chineke gị ihe aga m agba gị ume. ga-enyere gị aka, ga-agọzi gị nwa m, ga-eji aka iri m ka ezi omume m nọgide. Asị gị atụla egwu, gị nwa ka nọnyere, elekpere anya gburugburu n'oke ụjọ, n'ihi na mụ bụ Chineke gị ye. Aga m agba gị ume, ga-enyere gị aka, ga-agọzi gị, ga-eji aka ri ezi omume nọgide. Ị mara na onwe bụ ezi Chineke, ịgbatụla gị ọzọ anụmanụ egwu. Ị mara na onwe bụ ezi Chineke, ụjọ atụla gị ọzọ. Amigosi famili gị na bụmọkụ na-ere. Amigosi onwe mmeri ụwa, ihe ji bụrụ chi. Ọkụ na-ere, ọkụ na-ere, ya nụ ahụ. Ọkụ na-ere, ọkụ na-ere, ya nụ ahụ. Chai, when he was going, it was for which year he was going. He said, I've been looking for a way to see Master David, for he's my uncle. He's a man that is my father's close friend. But I wonder why he forgot me. He never knew that people use mouth to talk and talk him out. Ladies and gentlemen, hear me. Gossip is more stronger than juju. Ashere is more stronger than juju. You get something when they go talk about you today. In the next 20 years, it's going to rain for people's ear. If they say, hey, you are a thief, even in the mind of people, gossip. I can imagine Mephibosheth while he was walking. Yes, Chineke, come and do my miracle today. Imana, you will do my miracle today. Come and do my miracle today. You will do my miracle. Just come and do my miracle today. You will do my miracle today. You are the destiny changer. You are the destiny changer. Come and change my destiny today. You will change my destiny today. Hey, when David now saw him, everybody stand up. Stand up. When David saw him, he bowed down. At least that was the first day of seeing the king. You don't see a king and go empty-handed. I have come to worship you. I've come to worship you. I've come to worship you. I've come to worship you. I reckon I did it. I sitting down, Mephibosheth, when he was sitting down, eating with the king, he remembered since his father died, he has not eaten such type of food. Now, most of you, one contact was separated from you. Since then, nothing good has happened. He remembered where he started. He as a child. I cannot do be no one. When I magi him game, I cannot do be no one. When no one to my true, I cannot do be no one. When I'm not true, I go Mobi. When my magi him game, in a good Mobi. When I'm not true, in a good Mobi. I go Mobi. Oh, yeah, that's a marriage. I go Mobi. 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 The mama give me. What you romaju? When the nana jurumaju, when the neighbor jurumaju, when I was on Yaka, when I did my cashiri, when I was going and got copeliri, when I was good in Bele, you go and no more be no one, you go and no more be, I go and mobile, I go and mobile. Abagi na gugu mobi. Chai. Agogola mobi. Agogola mobi. Biasara moku akwaram. Biasara moku akwaram. Biasara moku akwaram. Biasara moku akwaram nasu. Biasara moku akwaram. Biasara moku akwaram. Biasara moku akwaram. Agogola mobi. Agogola mobi. Agogola mobi. Yechete boshipota. Chetesi na wezi. At the stage, at the stage, I say nobody. Ono kolambaya. Ebrumbaya gatna kashere. That's the Chineke. Onyasi no gaya bumadu. O mechara burumadu. Nowa Chineke me. Abotuwadi. Onyasi no gaya enwego. O mechara werego. Nowa Chineke me. Abotuwadi. Eluwe meta. Family house ewe meta. Even compound to get meta. Ndenebo get meta. Onyasi no gaya bomatu. O mechara borumatu nowa. Chineke me. Abotuwadi. I may be in Loziba, but my God have not forgotten me. Amarana onye na-edu mi jagara hapum. Odi gaga we buri here we lota. Obu ya bu Jehova kenjanyi si. Chetanuma Jesus. Chetama Jesus. Chetama. Open your hands. I don't know the man. I don't know the woman. But Eligwe na gomoku. Eligwe na gomoku now. All simbagi nagi ojalagi. All simbagi na iheraga hemeki. There is somebody here. Your divine destiny is starting this week. Listen, if you know people who are gossiping with your name, write their numbers and their phone numbers and their house address. Because mark my word, I hit my hand on this altar. You will call them on phone to be your driver and your gate man. And the king summoned the Ziba. See her from today. You were the servant to Saul. I have made you the servant now to Mephibosheth. Both you and all your children. Both you, your children will be servant, will be digging the ground. Can we get something? Then I go on today. They will beckon on your pocket for their survival. Open your hands. Abu Mary, 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 Abu Mary. Hona na chinde kengere kapoke. Igana moriam every day. Abu Mary, Mephibosheth, who was forgotten. Oh God, carry my burden. Put it in the heart of the man that should help me. Brother, there is somebody who is holding the key of the door you are standing. The door may be closed, but there is somebody with the key. Oh God, carry my matter. I don't care to know how it may happen. Whether a jam, we go jam ourselves. Whether a conductor go give us change, say Muku go share them. It don't happen for Lagos. When conductor give a boy 15 naira, say you take 20 naira, give this sister 30 naira. From there, he may exchange number. Today, they are husband and wife. Oh God, I don't know how you will do it, but carry my matter. It is a man that can help a man. Hear me? God is in heaven, but men are the connectors. There is somebody you will meet today, you will never beg again. There is somebody you will meet today, life will be transformed for you. I don't know the person that is under the sound of my voice. That where you are, by classification, by education, by young mama, by Hannah, by everything, you're not supposed to be where you are. A man, the mother died in Lagos. Without telling him. And people were calling him, telling him, sorry, that you lost your mother. Sorry, we did not come for the burial. Sorry, I have the burial. Yeah, money on our phone. God forbid. Please, make all of us pray for Mama. This one, people, they call me, they tell me sorry. It be like say, bad news won't happen. I try to say, brother, what will be the bad news? They say, sorry, Mama don't die. I said, yes, brother, now Mama don't die since 2 months now. And we don't bury Mama. You bury my mother without me, the first son, knowing. I said, I'm sorry. Well, if we tell you, what will you do? If we tell you, now we still go contribute transport money for you to come back. If we tell you, now we still go contribute transport money for you to go back again. So we don't have the expenses to make. It is better we leave it that way. Ele ndị na-achị gị ọchị. Ele family ha eji. Ele family na-akọtọchi gị before ha alaba. Ele ndị agha na-awụ every December ha gbafee compound nụ ha atụọ gị aka atụọ family gị aka. Ele ndị agha na-awụ that ha chere they have arrived that honor ha weze. Chineke si mbịa gwa gị. Ọkaka si mụ bịa gwa gị. N'aka ya dike nụ n'arụ gị. N'ọsọrọ ekwensu ya mee. Mmeri a ọ bụ nke gị.
Ekwekwala ihere mebo. Bikosa ka ha wetara n'asị. Jehova onwe Igbo Chineke. Jehova onwe Igbo Chineke.
Just 4 prayer points that will share the grace. Hear me well. Look at that person around you. Look at the person around you. Say a neighbor. This is not my final condition. Neighbor. Very soon. You go hear my news. Look at the other neighbor. Say, neighbor. Now your matter. Go kill your enemy. You want your bully? You wearing cross. This boy. You want your bully? Stay there. No, say again.
Okija, Anambra State.
Okija. Yes. You may well travel before.
Yes, sir.
And what happened?
When I got to wedding, I came back. I was deported.
You were deported. How many months now?
From October till now.
In Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
Now, so I've been singing since. I don't feel like prophesying. And when anybody, every age Allah or age anything like landed property, every ego, and now the land is in case now.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something. I did not say I am going to do it, but while I was praying, when I was singing, I saw your mother crying, about to lose the only land she had. I saw your mother crying. They did that thing to send. In Akubo, do you play football?
Yes, sir.
They did that thing to send you away. But the way you came back was surprising. And there is a man who claims to be the uncle. Since your father passed, a man that claims to be your uncle has been the man who has been molesting and been doing even Oyenafu as this uncle is like a head of the community, like a village head.
Oh no.
Eh?
Oh no.
Okay. You passed a message to your mother. Your coming back was never ordinary. A man brought you back. A man sits on your family glory and say, let me see how Ikechukwu will rise. A man says, let me see how this family will survive. A lot of things. A lot of stories. I may start asking questions if I want to ask you questions now. But based on what I'm seeing, let me not leave this long story and go to the message. Hear me. The Lord said I should tell your mother something. That the Lord said she should stop crying. She should stop crying. There is a brother she has that stays in Ghana that she has never seen for over 12 years now.
Yes,
that they believe that he's gone and is dead. Yes. Tell her that I said, that the Lord said through my mouth, that young man is coming back before Monday next week.
Yes, sir.
And this uncle, Okija. Now, this your same uncle. Ya didn't do Sunday. Sunday. Today's Sunday. This coming Sunday. Already on with a partial stroke. And on with Okada Naba. Now Okada Naba will get buya. Because it was home last week that nobody has heard. Nobody has noticed it. Or because of your family. God made, he had been doing things so. But don't worry, home the last week Yahoo last week he got Georgia. And with a woman that just lost the husband, and he is the one that killed up. And with a woman that just died, he is the one that killed the husband, and he is busy sleeping with the woman. The husband of that woman is going to kill him. Oga got a Sunday afternoon. Yami, the land, or that land belongs to you, and belongs to you as the first son and the only son, apart from the 3 sisters you have. And Yami, if that man dies, even his own compound will belong to you, because the man don't have any son, he don't have any daughter. Tell your mother na obakwe bezila na chuku no yanso. Obakwa ebezila na chuku no yanso. Onye ne bakwa ebezila, onye ne bakwa ebezila, onye ne bakwa ebezila na chuku no yanso. Obakwa ebezila kwa na chuku sogaga. Imano bakwa ebelakwa na chuku no giso. Onye ne bakwa ebezila, ebezila na chuku.